everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my October budget closeout plus my week 4 budget check-in. So if you have not seen my budget setup already, I'll leave it in the cards up above, and I will also be scatting around all of my previous weekly check-ins for this month. But let's have a look at our monthly view. So this is our monthly view so far. If you're not familiar with my channel, if you're new to it, welcome. And I like to split up my expenses by colour coding each expense. So for example, pink stickers are allowance for myself and my fiance. This kind of mint green is for household items. Purple is for food shopping, if you're in America, grocery shopping. Blue is for takeaways or eating out for dinner. Yellow is petrol for my car, and red is either unbudgeted or things that I have put in my budget but don't have a category for. For example, my best friend's birthday, I budgeted for it, so I just put it on a little red sticker. So we have to check in for the week from the 25th until the 31st, but there is some things we have to tick off first. So I'm going to zoom you in so you can see. So as you can see, we have not ticked off insurance because it was brand new this month and I got the date wrong. So that came out towards the end of the month. So I'm going to tick it off, and next month I'll remember to move that down to the correct date. So let's start on this week. I have paid my music subscription for Epidemic Sound. That's where I get all the music for these videos, and this will be, I'm pretty sure, the last video that will have my Halloween theme intro and closeout. It was something new this month that I tried, so please let me know down in the comment section if you liked it and any ideas that you have for me to design for the month of November. I'm not sure what, I'm maybe thinking more fall, like leaves, pumpkins, s'mores, those type of things, so definitely leave them linked down below. But let's start off with tracking our expenses. So our first expense was on there was quite a few on the 25th because that is the day we go shopping. So I need my blue stickers and my purple. So in terms of food, of course, as always, we went to Tesco's and Aldi. So in Aldi, we spent £25.61. We didn't need much this month, and we did try, since it was near the end, to limit the amount we were getting. So we kind of worked around dinners with what we had already in our house, and we had to go to Tesco's for a couple of things. And that was only, yep, £6.98. So those were the first two expenses, so let's pop those down. I have had some people ask me why I go to 2 supermarkets instead of just one. We do try and only get from Aldi, but there's just types of things that we like to get from Tesco's. It's maybe certain types of juice, or Thomas really likes the blueberry muffins that they do. So we do go to Tesco's as well. It's right round the corner where our Aldi is, so it's not out the way for us, so we don't mind that. And we also went to McDonald's as well. So that ended up being, yeah, it wasn't that much. So I'm just going to put McD's again. And that was for £5.46. Perfect. That should fit in there nicely, those 3 expenses. Oh, smudged it a bit, that's fine. So that was for the 25th. We did have our first unbudgeted expense of the month, and it was my own fault. I forgot it was coming out. So we actually get our washer detergent and fabric softener from Amazon. It's the Method products. If you haven't heard of that, I think it's an American brand, or I see it a lot, American cleaners. If you watch Love Meg, I love her and she uses Method products. So we get it off Amazon and they come every 2 months. We're always stocked up. They last a really long time and it's $7.99 for both of them. And yeah, one big tub of each kind of lasts us the two months or even more, because now I've got 2 new ones and I'm still not finished the ones before. So it's really good, but I just forgot they're coming out because it's every 2 months. Yep, so that's $7.99. It's the only unbudgeted expense that we have. We had no expenses. Got one left here on this sheet. I'll have to pick some more up next month on the 27th, so I can put that down and get my new sheet, because we had no expenses on the 28th either, except from that bill, but we don't count bills for no spend days. Super. Next, 29th, this was my payday, which is going to be the pay for the month of November, but we did have an expense for Tesco's. What was it we needed? I'm not sure I think it was cheese. I think it was cheese, and then I ended up picking up some ice cream for me and Thomas as a little treat, and that was £6. And I'm actually really glad that we did. If you do not follow me on Instagram, you don't know that me and my fiance are currently in isolation because my mum has now tested positive for coronavirus and we were classed as close contacts because we saw her last week. So this was the last day that I was out before I got my message. If you want to know kind of how it all happened or how I'm feeling, feel free to message me. All I'm going to say on here is it's not good. It's taking a toll, but we're here until Thursday in November. So yeah, Thursday you can't even see. Thursday the 5th is when we can get out. So it's just a week. And I know it sounds stupid. There's people who've been in isolation for much longer, but I find it really hard. I find the days become really long, but we're trying to get through it and I'm sure we will. But yeah, if you want to message me or if you're in the same boat, please feel free to comment on this video or message me on Instagram. So we had that on the 29th, and then we had a little treat on the Friday. Where we stay, there's this restaurant called The Thistle, and they were doing this great deal for 3 courses for £10, and they can do contact-free delivery and you can pay over the phone with your card. So we decided to treat ourselves. So with the delivery as well, that was £12.50. It was really good. The chocolate fudge cake was amazing. But me and Thomas just ended up getting one and we just shared it because both of us went overly hungry, so we just shared it between us and that was great. A great little kind of pick me up. So we had that here, and then on Saturday, which is today, we've had no expenses, which is super. So I'm going to pop that here. So yep, that is all of the expenses for this week. So let's move on to our weekly check-in. So we have to go on to our other page. So from the 25th until the 31st, so let's write down all of our categories first. So we have petrol, we have food, and then we have both myself and my fiance's allowance. So I split them up by our name. So Thomas and Caitlin. Then we have eating out, and I think this is the first month I went without writing eating food. I kept doing that last month and I'm not sure why, but I've been very conscious of it this month to not do it. Next we have household. Household is going to be great next month because we're looking to get new Christmas decorations from the range. So super excited, that's what our household fund is going to be used for, as well as if we need anything like dishwashing tablets, things like that, or we might just put it in with our grocery shop because that's where we get it. Just depends how over budget or under budget I am in certain categories. But that is all of our categories, so let's start tracking. Petrol, we had no expenses, so we didn't spend anything. And the total remaining was £28.06 from the last time. So if you can see that there, £28.06. I'm just going to really quickly do all these lines remaining per week because there is no weeks left. Next we have food. So let's look at our monthly check-in. So we had two here. So we had Tesco's and Aldi, and then we had another Tesco expense on the 29th. So all of that added up together means that we have spent £38 and 59p, I think. Yeah, 59p. So 38.59 this week, which is amazing actually. I'm quite impressed with how little we spent. So 38.58, and that means that for the remaining of the month we have £23 and 42p. Quite impressed that we are under in our food category. It's not like us, but maybe with us being in isolation we'll be more apt to buy sweet food. I guess that's maybe why we didn't spend as much last week. We were really trying to just eat healthy and not have as many snacks. So that might be something. Thomas, he spent nothing and he had nothing left over for the month. Next we have myself. I spent nothing and I had £1.95 left over. Next we have eating out. So we did have two expenses, I think. So we had McDonald's for £5.46 and then we had Thistle for £12.50. So that is a total amount spent as £17.96. And that means we are over, this was the category we were over on, is £66 and 61p. Oh, I hate seeing the red pen. Household, we spent nothing and we had £45.21 remaining. And unbudgeted, we spent £7.99. And as we don't budget for that, that means we are over by £7.99. Just going to quickly go back and tick off the unbudgeted expense. But that is all of our expenses tracked. We were technically only over one of our cash categories and obviously over unbudgeted. But this is the first time I've done this before, so we have the little totals category. So let's put all of our categories in again.
I can't help but feeling I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment.
Okay, so I've written down all of my categories and the budget amount. So petrol was £120, food was £280, Thomas got £200, I got £300, and that accounted for the £100 extra for my sticker account, £100 for eating out, £150 for household, and £0 for unbudgeted. So let's figure out our actual. So our actual for petrol was £91 and 94p. And that means that we were under budget. And let's actually take a green pen so that we can write that we were under budget by £28 and 6p. Next, food, we actually spent £256 and 58p. And as you can see, that means we are under by £23.42. Perfect. Thomas spent the exact amount that he had. So he spent 200, so he is the same. Myself, I spent £298.05. So I was under by £195. Next we have eating out. So this is the one that we were over in. We budgeted 100, but we actually spent £166.61. So we need our red pen because we were over by 66.61. Household, we budgeted 150, but we only spent £104.79. So we were under by 45.21. And unbudgeted, we actually had one expense for £7.99. So that's how much we were over by. Let's pop these lids back on. Perfect, so that is our little totals. I like using the green and the red. I think it really shows what we were under in and what we were over. So perfect. Let's zoom you out a bit so you can see the finished bed. So we've got all of our weekly check-in filled out. Let's move on to our budget. So we have to fill out our variable expenses. So we've just done this, so I'll quickly speed over it and stop when I get to the totals.
In my feelings, I got feelings for you. On my mind, I can't lie. On my mind, I can't lie. Pull you down till you dry. Pull you down till you dry. All the time, ease my mind. All the time, ease my...
Perfect, that's all of the totals done. So let's go down to our little total section at the bottom. So our budget amounted to £1,926.50, but we actually spent £1,902.46. So we were under by £24.04. Perfect, so next what you have to do is take your actual income. So ours was £3,104. We got an extra £155 that we were not expecting, which is super. So you take your income and then you take away your actual variable expenses and your fixed, and that will give you your savings or rollover, as we like to use it for. So we had predicted £4.50, but our actual rollover, as we like to call it, was £49.54, which is super. So that is our budget all done for the month of October. So as you can see, if I can open the book correctly, we have our budget and our weekly check-ins all done. I am quickly going to show you our sinking funds and close it off for you, because I told you I would. So we had 5 categories, which was car, house, Christmas and miscellaneous. I made a mistake when I put the car in. They're all meant to be in the plus, but we'll just ignore it. So I put in 150 in the car, 200 for the house, £42 for Christmas. So we did have a couple of transactions. We knew that we would be using all the money for car and house. That's why the money went in there. So the 150 was used for the deposit for our new car. The 200 was used to get a house report for our new house. And then we took out £30 from our Christmas fund for Nigel, who's my fiance's brother. We forgot to budget for his birthday because it's so close to the end of October. I put it into my November budget by mistake. So we just took it out of our Christmas fund, which is absolutely fine because we'll be putting a big chunk of money in there in the next month. So I'm going to close it out. So we'll be taking out the 150. So that'll leave us with nothing in the car fund. We'll also be taking out the 200 out of the house fund, which again will leave us with nothing. And we took £30 out of the Christmas fund, which left us with £12 in there. And we had nothing in miscellaneous. So that means we took out a total of £380. And that means we have £12 remaining. And next month we'll probably only have one category, which will be Christmas. It's kind of go full on. We have to get Christmas presents bought. I've not even started, so I definitely need to do that. But that is how our sinking funds ended. I do like that we are able to do this now because we do have the extra money. So sinking funds is done, weekly check-in is done, budget is done. I do want to show you our full October spread before I close out this video. So this is how October starts with our dashboard. It's absolutely gorgeous. I got it from Paper Sheet Plans. I am in love with it. If you can see the design, it is gorgeous. So after the dashboard, you then come into our notes pages. So I love this one. This is where I like to put all of the little memories throughout the month. So we've got things like family time, and then COVID hit is when my mum and dad, well, my dad got COVID, my mum had to self-isolate with him. School's closing for the holidays. We have things like Disney Day, time with my nephew Rory, and then our missives were due for a house, so that that was all completed. We finally got to see my mum and dad on the 23rd, and then things started to take a turn 25th, and by the 28th my mum was positive, and this is where our isolation begins. But I'm going to get through it. Next we have, I love this page, so we've got important things for this week, which was done. We have our next month. Our goals is, oh, I can't believe this is something I've been waiting to do all month and I can finally do it. So our goal for YouTube, we started with 272 and my goal was 300. We're currently sitting on 390 subscribers, which just blows my mind. I am so grateful and thank you so much to everyone who subscribed. I could never imagine we'd get this far. Our next milestone is 400. We're really close to it. Let me know in the comments, stop this video now, pause it, and comment down below what you think my November goal should be for my YouTube channel. I always, I think, underestimate myself, but I don't want to go too far in case I disappoint myself and don't hit it. But let's see, what do you think my goal should be? We also hit an Instagram goal, so we started at 480 and our goal was 510. I think we're at 560? Yeah, I think we're about 560 or maybe more. Can't really remember, but we've definitely hit this, which is super. I had my little goals and to watch, which is great. And then we move on to our monthly view. I just loved this month how Halloweeny it was. So zoom you out. So this is our monthly view. Then we move on to our budget, our weekly check-in pages, our sinking funds, and then our home fund. I loved this month. I love my budget kit. Bella Planella does an amazing job. Definitely go check her out and use my code. It's always linked in the description box down below. I can't wait to use my November one. That video will be coming up soon. But yeah, that is everything. I've closed out my full budget. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Share anything you would like in the comment section down below. And if you're brand new here, please consider subscribing and being a part of my little YouTube family. But I'll see you in my next video, guys. Have a magical day. Bye.